Okay, so 2 until 3 paragraph are sufficient. Please remember that. So for those students who write more than 4 paragraph, I think you are too much. Maybe you have waste your time actually. Takut kamu buat terlalu panjang. So be careful. Okay, this one that I think some of the students forgot, or some of the students take light or not really pay attention too much on this one. You have to be considerate what kind of your question about. Is that your question about suggestion or advice? Students, we are actually at this first part of the paper. Okay, let me see. Okay, I have to share another document. Okay, before we start everything, actually, this is the thing that I have to do first. I forgot. Students, let us uh, remind ourselves what kind of English SPM paper that you will going to face on Thursday. What kind of question that you going to meet? What is the presentation of the question? Jom kita tengok sekejap, imbas kembali. Mungkin korang ni, some of you have revised on for another subjects too much time. So maybe some of you take for granted for English actually. Kadang-kadang ada yang ambil mudah. I think for BM and English and Bahasa, both of these subjects some of the students are quite not really tak pandang sangat lah compared with math and accounts kan. Perhaps let's have a look macam mana sebenarnya bentuk soalan. Ini kita model saja Okay, how the presentation, how the question arranged in each of the paper 1 and paper 2. So you can see that there are 5 questions in paper 1. This is paper 1. Okay, the time you have to bear in mind that is you got only 1.5 hour. 1.5 jam tak banyak students. I think you do remember that for BM, untuk BM kata 2, writing, I mean not the essay paper, kita ada 2.5 jam untuk BM. But English kita ada only what 1.5. 1 jam 30. Suara tak jelas Okay, maybe I turn on the my video. Let's how about I shut off the video. Oh, jelas je. Okay. Okay, dah dengar dah? Okay, dah dengar Okay, ada soalan untuk sport essay tak? Oh, untuk sport essay. Actually, since this is the first year, and yes, actually ramalan untuk English setakat ni belum dikongsikan dalam grup Telegram. Saya pun agak terkejut sebab BM dengan BI tak dapat apa-apa sharing lah. Siapa ada tolong share for the moment, for both BM and English, we haven't got anything. Any ramalan or any spot or any popular topic. Okay, but students, of course, I would like to notify that the topic regarding e-things, e-sport, e-books, e-shopping, e-news, what else? E-sports, e-class, okay, e-tuition. I think most of the current market right now, tuition are very popular by platform in the online. Okay. Okay. So about the e-things, the topic that involving kaitan dengan e-sport, well, maybe you should Google what are those words that really connected. Contohnya, ialah menjual dalam talian, membeli dalam talian, upload, download semua. Eh, okay. Pakai earphone je lah. Okay, thank you. Mungkin kalau tak pakai earphone, suara breaking kat je. Dia punya speaker breaking. Okay. Okay, students ingat. So e-sports, maksud e-games atau e-sports, e-recreation. What else? E-shopping, e-selling, e-buying. What else? E-class. Dia macam Google like right now kan, Google Class kan. What else? E-books, e-tuition, how many E? there's a lot of E. E what? Okay, there's so many e-learning. Yes, e-learning. So all those of E. Okay. I think actually you have to be prepared not for English but for BM as well. Sebab berkemungkinan tajuk E ni boleh keluar either for your BM essay or English essay. Which one I'm not really sure. But salah satu, I think the probability is really high. So korang kena bersedia. So let's back to the topic, our discussion. Okay. So 1.5 hour, 40 marks. There are only 40 marks, which will be divided, contribute, become to only 25%. Only 25%. So 25%. So I think what's wrong? What's wrong here? Suddenly, suddenly the document off. Okay, students, actually for today's session, we have three main documents. First document will be our reference module paper, this one. Okay, this is the first document. So we are going to compare, while referring to the module, we're going to compare the question with the steps, with the tips, okay, everything will compare to the original module paper one. Okay, kita akan buat perbandingan lah so that you may see the real one. And the second document will be the module from the Negeri Perak. Okay, I think this is a very good module because it shows a very easy step by step and understanding method. Senang nak revise balik. Okay. And the third one will be the module from Negeri Terengganu. This is the module from Negeri Terengganu. And interestingly, Negeri Terengganu focus on the first part as part 4. Yang menariknya, Negeri Terengganu dia memberi penekanan yang sangat tinggi kepada bahagian part 4 paper 2. Paper 1. Iaitu get text. Yang ada A to H ni. Yang macam ni. Soalan macam ni. Ni. Okay, kenapa dia beri penekanan? Sebab Negeri Terengganu kata bahagian ini adalah soalan yang paling susah. Okay, untuk paper 1. Okay, I think most of you agree. Okay, Okay. So let's back to the document. Okay, the model paper. Okay, students. So here we are. So the total 40 marks. Okay, the total 40 marks here. Okay, so students, you will be 25% will be taken here. Okay, 25% will be taken here. Maksudnya korang kalau korang dapat 40 markah penuh, okay, ia bakal menyumbang kepada markah adalah hanya 25% sahaja. Only 25%. Which is quarter lah, 1/4. Kan? Means that if you got half, 20 over 40, okay, means you will get 12 from 13. Not 13 lah, 12.5%. 13 lah kalau dah gundarkan 13. Okay, 13%. So itu maksudnya macam tu lah. Macam mana kertas satu ni memberi sumbangan kepada markah keseluruhan awak. So kena tahu benda tu. Okay, so for target kita sekarang ni students. Okay students, okay everyone, we only have 50% for our English left. Kita hanya tinggal 5% sahaja. Okay. Okay, the 50% already passed. Okay, 50% lagi dah digunakan use for paper 3 and paper 4. Okay, so the tips that I would like to share is, first, you don't have to be so nervous sebab markah hari ni tak terlalu memberi tekanan yang sangat tinggi. You don't have to pressurize yourself. Okay, jangan pressure yourself. Just do your best. Just do the most you can do. Jangan tertekan sangat. Okay, so relax. Minggu ni you ada 2 paper saja, BM dan English. Most of the students kan. Okay. So okay, saya akan skip paper 1 sekejap. Okay, I will skip paper 1. Okay. Then I'll go to paper 2. Okay. Paper 2. Paper 2. We have 3 parts. Equally 3 bit marks. 20 semua kali ni. So 60 marks. Okay. As you can see, paper 1. Just now paper 1, the total mark is 40. Okay, nampak tak ni? Okay, and the paper 2 now is 60. If you combine both of them, you will get 100. Okay, so this actually equal to 50% of your marks. Okay, so sebenarnya dia bukan bahagi 2 Dia akan kira satu-satu. 40% here means 35, 60% here also means 25% as well. Jadi di sini saya nampak kertas 2 paper 2 ni tak terlalu agak jauh lah. Maksudnya kalau you hilang separuh pun, for example you got only half, 30 over 60. Listen, students. For example, you got only half. Half of the paper 2 you lost. 30 over 60, 30/60. Tapi kalau korang tengok, daripada 25%, Korang hanya hilang kalau separuh berapa? Hanya kalau separuh apa separuh daripada 25? You only got 13 sahaja. Kamu hanya hilang 13 sahaja. Ini bagusnya kertas English pengiraan KSSM. The new format of SPM. Even, okay, the government already prepared that some of the students cannot write well. So they make the allocation mark is more for paper 2, okay, lesser for paper 1. Jadi sebenarnya bagi saya yang paling penting, susahlah untuk dapat A, not really, tak sebenarnya. Kalau kamu rasa susah nak dapat bagi saya dia mengurangkan risiko untuk hilang banyak markah kat kertas 2. Okay. Kalau sebab kebanyakan sudah senang hilang markah 2. Bila buat essay sudah senang hilang markah. Okay. Jadi bila compare, kalau lah dia buat 50-50, dia buat 50-50. Okay. Your mindset kena betulkan rasa. Okay. Okay. Bayangkan kalau dia buat 50 over 50. Bagi saya kalau kertas 2 hanya 50, you hilang separuh, you still dapat 13/25. Jadi kat sini bagi saya macam mana nak cakap, bagi saya lagi banyak you score kertas 2 sebenarnya lagi membantu lah. Untuk saya nak cakap, for me it's not really how to get A or not A tu, actually it already affected by your paper 3 and paper 4. Paper 3 and paper 4 memang dah mempengaruhi banyak, sama macam M. But I don't want to talk more about the how. So itu bukannya kita nak fokus utama kita malam ni. Our focus tonight is only to look again, okay, what are the information that we should know, okay, for our essay especially. Okay, students, so bear in mind that you have only 1.5 hour. Kita ada sejam setengah je guys. Okay, bayangkan sejam setengah untuk 3 essay. Untuk 3 essay Adakah perlu ke nak buat okay, kalau ekologi look careful. Ekologi, okay, we can say that for bahagian 1 30 minutes. Okay, bahagian 2, okay, part 2 30 minutes and part 3 30 minutes. Tapi of course tak logik kan, not relevant, because surely for part 3 we have to write more than 250 words kan. Kita kena tulis lebih daripada 250. So kat sini lah ada when I talk about playing your roles, okay, bila saya kata pasal benda ni siapa yang last students, siapa yang last dia buat English masa trial, that was the last one you do your paper 1 and paper 2. Okay, kalau tak buat paper 2 pun paper 1 lah at least. Kan? Kalau siapa tak pernah, after your trial you haven't done once and all for your paper 1, starting from the beginning part 1 to part 5 in 1.5 hour. So let me remind and suggest you, please do it once. Tolong buat sekali dalam masa sejam setengah, buat everything. Lepas tu check. Okay. Perlu ada rehearsal or time. Every paper in your SPM saja, you should have at least once rehearsal. Supaya you tak rasa gugup during the real exam. Okay. Masa tu you akan tahu time management you macam mana. You akan sedar, asal dia buat dah sampai dah 2 jam ni, tak siap-siap lagi ni. Takkan masa exam sebenar macam tu. Okay so tolong beri perhatian this one. That's why I'm talking about time management here. Okay. 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 So you look here, part 1, there is no time. Tidak ada diberitahu part 1 how many time you should allocate. Dan paper 2, ada tak cakap? There is no stating here. Macam mana nak divide masa tu betul-betul. Okay, relevant, secara relevant in the practical way, during your real day of exam, when you look back when you were during your trial last time, you haven't bothered anything at all about your time. Masa tu korang nak fikir pasal masa dah, betul tak kan? Okay. Sebab tu saya suruh korang sekurang-kurangnya ada sekali raktai. Sekali once rehearsal. Okay. Maybe you thought, macam mana nak buat rehearsal paper tu? Okay. So, kalau you rasa macam part 3 ni panjang, okay, kita ada sejam setengah kan? Please allocate the longest time for part 3. Sini. Ada sini. Ada tu tak? Okay. Since the part 3 you have to write more, so korang kena lah allocate panjang masa kan? You must allocate more than half an hour. How about you put here about 45 minutes? You put here about 45 minutes. Okay, 45 minutes kat sini. Untuk part 3. Part 3, okay, how about we put here 45 minutes. Okay, so part 2, so kita letak lebih kurang 30 minutes. So like, okay, currently we have 45, 1 hour and 15 minutes. Okay, so we got only extra 15 minutes. Okay. Okay, rekod boleh dapat dekat dalam YouTube. Okay, nanti Cikgu Azman akan publish tu punya rekod ni nanti siapa-siapa yang tak ada dalam grup yang terlibat, for those who not in the group, okay, you may ask your friend who are in the groups. Okay, so the link for the records will be given later. Sir, how many total essay are we gonna need to write? Okay, that's why I have an overview. Okay, look carefully here. Okay, there are 3 parts here. There are 3 essay here. Part 1, part 2, part 3. Okay, nak dulu Okay, so part 1, this is part 1. So part 1, okay, plus minus, kamu ada lebih kurang 15 minit. Say you have only 50 minutes to 20 minutes to reply an email. Okay, to reply an email. Okay, Okay, so second essay about 30 minutes. Kali ni korang kena buat essay yang ada syarat, terms, ada panduan. There's a guide. That's why the type of essay is guided writing. Okay, kat sini yang biasanya usually the points is actually make the essay harder. Points yang ada dalam ni membuatkan essay ini dia agak sukar. Sebab dia bukan open essay. Open essay you may write anything you like, but this one you have to follow the guide. Ada guideline kat sini. There are some of the rules that you have to follow. Okay, kamu kena ikut kat sini. So sebab tu guided writing ni dibuat soalan ni lagi mencabar. Okay, points ni Okay, then the third one is optional essay, is open essay. Okay, consider with the total words, okay, 250 patah perkataan. So 45 minutes I think is really enough. Memang cukup lah, sedang elok. Okay, and this one you have to choose, like BM. Ini macam BM lah, korang boleh pilih kan. Okay, so there are 3 options. Okay, so we're going to see one by one, okay, for each of the essay. Okay, kita akan tengok setiap satu essay ni, kita tengok tips dia. Kita akan tengok macam mana, apa yang modul Perak kata, apa yang modul Terengganu suggest for you guys. Okay. Okay. So this is the things. Okay. Is there any good technique to write a good essay? Okay. Tadi korang baru sahaja tanya. Okay. So all the tips and techniques will be provided later. Okay, step by step while we are going to see and we will go through each of the essay one by one, and during that time you will get the tips and technique. Okay. So so for first essay, okay, replying the email, replying the notes, okay, replying the short message. What you should write? What are the best technique? What is the good tips? Okay, what are those things that you have to really ensure that you put in your answer so that your answer, your email, your message will be attractive to read. Okay, will be sufficient sufficient for the marker. Okay, memuaskan hati penanda kertas kan. Okay, that's why here in this part you know some language function. Fungsi language, because each of the email or short message are based on the types of the question. Kadang diminta, sometimes they ask you about, diminta kamu bagi cadangan, suggestion. Sometimes they ask you to provide some advice, nasihat. Sometimes they request you for something. Okay, for example, they ask you to follow them, to join. They ask you to join them, so you have to accept or decline invitation. There is an invitation in the email or in the message. Some of it question require you to explain something briefly, secara ringkas. Terangkan mula kena buat apa, lepas tu kena buat apa. So each of them is different. So how you react based on each of these. Macam mana kamu bagi reaksi? Sebab setiap benda ni ada dia punya perkataan-perkataan yang kita kena guna ya secara tepat. Bukan mental je. Overall, generally, some students thought everything is not really different. Dia kira sama je, reply je lah. Jawab je lah. Kan? Macam tu pula. Okay, actually, tak ya. Dia rasa, this is the one. Useful phrases that you have to know. There are some useful phrases that different based on the function. Berbeza ikut fungsi dia. Macam mana nak suggest? Macam mana nak menolak invitation? Macam mana nak menerima invitation? Macam mana nak mulakan ni? Okay, so ingat. Ini apa sebab ni semula kaji saja. To make sure you are not doing silly mistake. Tak nak korang buat benda yang mengarut nanti okay. So these are the tips, okay. Okay, this document will be provided in the group later. Don't worry. Okay, so making suggestion. Okay, see. Why don't you try? Have you ever? I recommend that you. Okay, I feel you should. Perhaps you should. Okay, see. Okay, declining invitation. Ada ayat-ayat tu macam mana? You have to know. Okay, accepting invitation. Okay. Okay, is there anything? Yes. So, how to give suggestion? It's a good idea. Okay, I recommend, in my opinion, in my eyes, from my point of view. Okay, I giving advice. If I think, how about? Okay. Ni. So this is ending. How you close your answer? Okay. See. So now, we will go to the step by step. Here, how to write an email. Okay. Okay. You receive an email from your cousin Sophia, who is coming to visit you in your hometown. Sophia is asking for your opinion on where to go. So terus gariskan opinion. This is opinion essay, not invitation. Okay, okay, biasanya asing opinion ni kadang-kadang dia merujuk kepada suggestion, cadangan. Okay, not advice. Okay, ini bukan pasal advice. Ini bukan tanya soalan yang kamu kena jawab penerangan cara-cara ke, bukan. This is not an explanation. Okay, ini bukan explanation essay. Okay. Okay, so where to go? Okay, and what to do. So this is more about suggestion. When she comes over to stay with you, bila datang nak tinggal, nak tinggal di rumah kita, So your cousin, okay, sepupu. So mom has a lot of this. I'm looking forward to spending time with your cousin. What are we going to do? Everything go. Okay. Okay. So what are we going to do? So we're going to do. Where can we go? Where? Go where? Okay. Well, I see there. Okay. The first question mark. There is two questions. Going to, then where go? Going to do first. Sorry, do. The first is do, and second one is go. Two question in one question mark sentence. So korang kena hati-hati kat sini Jangan ingat satu question mark ada satu soalan, tak semestinya. Okay, so the second one I can see there is a second question mark. So tolong jangan ambil mudah. Bila ada dua second question mark, maksudnya kamu ada dua soalan yang kamu kena jawab. Paling kurang. So, jangan jawab satu question mark sahaja. So is there anything that I should bring from home? Kalau kamu rasa tak ada, cakaplah. You don't have to bring anything. I think I got everything that we need that we need to do. That we need to kan. Okay, so do let me know. Like looking forward to you from you soon. Okay. Okay, kat sini ada bagi tips. Step 1. Okay. Okay. Highlight the keywords. Okay, keywords and phrases in the question so that you know how and what to reply. Okay, yes. Highlight the task required in Sophia's email to you. Okay. Okay, nampak Number 1, number 2, number 3. You can see there. Going to do, where can we go? Should bring. So, itu cara detect question. Okay, Okay, nampak sini? How you transfer the understanding. Okay, what are the activities to do when Sophia comes and stay with you? Okay, how you transfer the understanding from the reading to your understanding so that you will reply the email later. Going to do maksudnya what are the activities to do with Sophia? Where can we go? Where do you suggest for both for you to go? Visit. Okay, should bring. What must Sophia bring from home? Okay. Okay, next. Okay. How to plan the email writing? Cousin Sophia is coming to stay during the school holiday. What to do, where to go, suggest to Sophia what to bring from home. Okay. So this is the task 1, task 2, task 3. Okay. What to do? You see? Automatically, there are some activity is actually already in your mind. Okay, actually tak payah fikir apa benda pun, students. Saya betul-betul nak bagi kadang-kadang ada setengah pelajar, some of the students, dia ada masalah sikit tau. Dia tak payah fikir. Actually, apa benda saja yang you nak masuk dalam email ni, you in bahasa kasar, kita panggil ni bahasa kasar, hentam je. Okay, you don't have really to think too much what to do or where to go. Tak perlu sangat okay, as long as it's relevant. Tapi janganlah tak logik. Mula-mula you kata nak pergi, for example, where to go, you kata nak pergi zoo negara. Suddenly nak pergi Langkawi. Kan tak logik tu, dia kata kat tempat kamu. Kamu kat Kuala Lumpur, contohnya, for example, you at Kuala Lumpur. So, if you stated zoo negara, National Zoo, kan, National Zoo, so that next time, you choose another location that not so far from the national zoo. Macam itulah. Jadi kalau boleh pilihlah. Kalau boleh pilihlah Kuala Lumpur, everything is there. Senang. Kan kalau kamu, for example, you are from Johor. Where tu Duk fikir, kamu fikir lama sangat. Tak payah lah. Please remember that you have only 15 minutes to 20 minutes. Kamu nak kena fikir, nak cari idea, you have to write. Okay, to explain there. Okay, so you have to act fast. Okay, that's why I provide you the timeline. Okay, the time allocation so that you may complete that question within that time. Boleh cuba You may try once before Thursday. So, task 1, task 2, task 3. Okay. You can see where to go. Kuala Kangsar, Royal Town, go for river cruise, bring it from home, camera, extra clothes, monopole. Okay. Model answer. This is model answer. Okay. We may read together. Okay. Okay. Look here. It's so good to hear from you and how exciting that you're coming. This is how he started his essay. Yeah, these students. Okay, first of all, subject. Can't wait to have you here for the holidays. Okay, let's see what is the subject at the first one. Where is the question? Oh no, there is no subject from here. Okay. So make sure you put your subject in your email. Tolong buat subjek ni ada markah. Buat tau. Can't wait to have you here for the for the subject is actually free for you to choose anything. And one more thing, jangan terlalu lama dekat subjek. Some students dia fikir apa subjek nak tulis, aduh tak tahu apa. But okay, this one is not really. As long as the email is logic, you make sure you copy down the email correctly. Okay, from the question. Email kena salin daripada soalan pastikan sama tau. Jangan dalam soalan email lain and in your answer you create another email. You are not following the email from the question. No, it's wrong. You have to follow. You must follow the email from the question. Hati-hati student. Ini untuk case email. Kalau case reply message tak apa. Reply short note atau apa itu tak apa. This one is email. Make sure you sama macam BM. BM for paper 1, kertas 1, bahagian ni kan ada soalan email. Salah satu soalan boleh keluar lah email. So sama macam ni juga. So email kena sama daripada soalan from the question. And the subject, you are free to write anything. Hentam je subjek tu. As long it's relevant, rational. Dan semua ni ada markah. Okay, semua ni ada markah. Okay, how many the marks allocation, I'm not really sure. Saya tak pasti. Tapi semua ni ada markah. Okay, as long as it is right. Dia nampak betul je bagi markah. So dia takkan tengok, oh ini subjek tak sesuai ni. Not really. Okay, dia tak terlalu detail sampai tak kena fikir subjek tu pasal apa. No. Okay, basically subject is the topic. Okay, dia welcome my cousin. That's it. Selamat datang sepupu saya. Boleh? Okay, macam tu saja kan. Tak ada masalah. Okay, so dear Sophia. Okay, it's so good to hear from you. Okay, ini mana dapat benda ni? Kalau kita tengok dekat sini. Tips. Tips macam mana nak buat email. It's so good to hear. Ni. It's good to hear from you. Greetings kan. Okay. So, boleh ambil tu. Okay, biasanya kita guna ini untuk reply email yang bila kita email tersebut ada menceritakan keadaan dia dan keluarga dia macam mana. Macam ni lah. Okay. Okay. So, ini dia beritahu first activity. Okay. We should shop till we drop once you hire. Shop till we drop. This is a phrase This is an interesting phrase, shop till we drop. Maksudnya, ni lah, membeli belah sampai penat lah. Maksud dia kan, okay. While we are at the mall, I suggest we drop by the karaoke and sing our hearts out, just like how we used to. Okay, I can see, okay, in the first paragraph, there are two activities. Ada dua activity kat sini. Okay, next. Next on my itinerary is visiting. The town is not far away from Ipoh and you will be blown away by the beauty of the palace. Okay. Students, you can see here, bila dia suggest location, at least you must explain about the location. Okay. Bagilah satu ayat pendek, walaupun pendek. Okay. Okay. Brief sentence about the speciality of that location, at least. So this is the first location, and this is the second location. Okay, river cruise. Okay. Some food for our picnic after the cruise. Okay. Okay, so this is the location, the two location where they should go, and the third one is what she should bring. So extra clothes, camera, and monopod. Okay. So this is the three things. Okay. Okay. So I think actually you for the extra clothes, the things that you have to bring, you may separate it into a new paragraph. I don't think it's really a big problem. Okay. Saya rasa tak ada masalah pun kalau you nak separate that into a new paragraph. Tak ada masalah pun nak buat perengan baru untuk barang-barang yang patut dibawa. Okay, so can't wait. We are going to have a blast. We can finally let our head down. Okay, let our head down after studying software. This is a interesting phrases. Maksudnya boleh nilah berehat after studying so hard for our exam. See you soon, cousin. Okay, Alisa. Okay, make sure you don't forget your name. Okay, here. You don't forget your name here. Okay. So, don't forget your closing. See you soon. Okay, lupa. Okay. So tak adalah. Nampak tak? Tak adalah terlalu, email ni tak terlalu complicated ke ataupun nak extravaganza ke, tak ada apa sangat pun. Okay, make sure you follow the introduction, the greetings one. Then you answer the first question, answer the second question. In the third, you provide the third information. That's all. Then you put the closure. Okay, kat sini nampaklah kan, see you soon, cousin. Dan dia letak ada di sini. Di sini. Penutup yang ringkas, agak ringkas. Okay. So, itu saja untuk email. Tak ada apa pun. Okay. Okay, idiom. Nampaknya idiom. Kat sini ada, okay. We have analysis je. Kat sini ada analysis. Format. Nampak sini format. Okay, opening. Nampak ni. Opening. Task what to do. Task what to do. Okay. Okay, task where to go. Task where to go. Okay, what to bring. What to bring. Okay, closing. Okay. Okay. Cohesive devices. Idioms. Good expression. Okay. You see, the color purple. Cohesive devices. Ataupun kita bagi sequence connectors. Okay. So that's the green colored one. Okay, it's an idioms. Good use of expression. Okay, cohesive device, linkers. Okay. Ni letak. So first, while, next, on top of that also. You see? So make sure email korang pun macam BM juga. Kenalah ada penanda wacana. Jangan dalam BM ikut tapi dalam English you tak buat. Okay. Okay. So, good expression ataupun idiom ni korang boleh tiru sebenarnya. Kat sini boleh ambil mana tahu sesuai dalam korang penjawapan nanti. Okay. So, setakat ni itu kita punya perbincangan untuk email. Okay, sekarang kita akan pergi kepada soalan yang kedua. Now let's see the second question. Okay, extreme sports. Okay, your class has been discussing extreme sports. Your teacher has asked you to write an essay about your opinion on extreme sports. Okay. This is a very common form ataupun pattern of the question for this part. Untuk maklumat awak, memang biasanya soalan nombor 2 macam inilah. Okay, part 2. Okay. So, please be quick and fast for part 1 because part 2 is much harder. Okay, part 2 memang lagi susah sebab kali ni you have to really think in detail, okay, and in fact you have to add some examples, some explanation, some pro and cons, some analyzation sebab kita nak buat kan kali ni. Okay. So, okay, in your essay, write about example of extreme sports. Okay, so contoh, okay, why some people participate in extreme sports and why some people dislike extreme sports. Inilah masalahnya soalan nombor 2 ni, students. The problem is you have to analyze a topic in several areas. Kadang-kadang dia tanya benefits, kadang-kadang dia tanya disadvantages, kebaikan, keburukan. Kadang-kadang dia tanya langkah usaha, cara-cara, kadang-kadang dia tanya ciri-ciri, kadang-kadang dia tanya punca. Kadang-kadang dia tanya apa masalah, dia suruh minta you cara mengatasi. So maksudnya kat sini you have to think in a various way. So kat sini maksudnya kat sini it is like a real factual essay. Memang macam karangan fakta. Okay? So kamu kena bersedia kat question yang betul ni. Okay. Saya nak tengok dekat, I would like to see the Terengganu punya format. Terengganu punya modul. Okay. So, in Terengganu punya modul, okay. So, I can see there are some suggestion how to analyze the question. Okay. So, this is for the email. Okay. Forgot to remind that actually 20 marks is divided equally to these 4 criteria, assessment criteria. Okay, students. Okay, let's back to the first email question for the marking scheme. Okay, kamu nampak Okay, so 20 marks for part 1 untuk email tersebut, for short message tersebut. Okay, the 20 marks are distributed to 4 criteria, categories. Content, communication, organization, language. Yes. Contents are relevant. Reader is fully informed about the idea. Okay, yes. Communicate straightforward ideas using the correct tone and informal register. Yes. So maksudnya menggunakan perkataan-perkataan yang sesuai lah dalam communicate. Okay. Kalau suggestion, dia bagi suggestion. Kalau menjawab soalan, dia menjawab soalan. Okay. Kalau dia advice, dia bagi advice. Okay. Okay, lepas tu organisation, ada simple connectors, ada cohesive device, ada penanda wacana. So, kena ada kena ada, ingat tau. Okay. And language, use basic vocabulary appropriately. Simple grammatical form in good, okay. Okay, cakap pasal grammatical. Okay, students, for those who have problems in grammar, untuk bahagian email tadi, okay, I do suggest you guys, you may ignore the grammar rules for a while. Korang boleh abaikan dahulu untuk grammar rules tu, tulis dahulu. Jawapan, jangan fikir banyak pasal grammar. Okay, sebab yang akan mengukur grammar kamu hanya markah saja. Itu pun grammar. Dia akan kira sekali segi vocabulary. Okay. So maksudnya yang paling penting kat sini ialah dalam email kamu lah tu. Ni. Dia akan kira sekali ada tak benda-benda ni. Okay. Itu paling penting. Yang the whole idea, the whole sentence, the meaning is get by everyone. Okay, is understood. Itu yang paling penting. Difahami oleh pembaca. Faham okay. So you see, where shall we go, what can we do, what should we bring? Ini semua dalam content. Okay. Sebenarnya. See, friendly opening, friendly ending. Because this is cousin. Okay, itu adalah cousin. What is friendly endings, okay? Okay, you see characters in English. Macam-macam ada kat sini. Contrast, persuasion, macam-macam ada. Okay, so we will skip everything. Okay, part 2, guided essay. Okay. Success criteria for essay writing. Okay. So everyone who are waiting for this part, so make sure you are pay attention. Okay. Okay. Central main idea on the topic of interest. So maksudnya kat sini dia kata apa tu? Memang tajuk dia akan fokus kepada satu tema. Okay. If you look carefully here, just now based on the question yang tadi tu, it is about extreme sports. So this is the main idea, the central idea. So what we are going to say, anything related to extreme sports by following the rules here, the guideline. Okay, itu masuk question number 2 ni. Okay, so how many paragraph? Okay, consists of 3 parts: introduction, body, and conclusion. And not the paragraph, but parts. Maksudnya bahagian. So the content or the body can be how many paragraph, up to us. Dia masih lagi bebas kepada kita, terpulang nak berapa paragraph kita nak buat untuk body, untuk content. Tapi dia punya presentation mesti ada introduction, mesti ada content, mesti ada conclusion. So dalam content kita tu je kena follow yang 3 ni, 3 points ni. Kan nampak sebenarnya example. You can see example. So first is example. So it must be in our body, in our content. Then why some people participate? Kenapa orang sini participate, menyertai dalam body juga, dalam content juga? Why some people dislike? Ada nak suka. Okay. Part 2 boleh ke 3 perenggan saja. I think it's not really a big problem. Tak ada masalah. Satu isi saja. So maksudnya satu perenggan isi tu, one paragraph of content, you include everything this one. Segala-gala dalam tu. Saya rasa tak ada masalah. Okay, I don't think it's really a big problem. As long as okay, 4 paragraph pun tak ada masalah. Boleh, tak ada masalah. Kalau saya, for me, I prefer to separate each of them. Saya lagi suka asing-asingkan. Ini one paragraph, this one paragraph, this one paragraph. Okay? Actually, it's based on your preference. Tak ada masalah pun. Ikutlah awak suka macam mana kan. Awak takut nanti kalau asingkan nampak pendek pula. So, up to you. It's okay. Okay. But please, bila walaupun kamu combine dalam satu paragraph saja, dalam tu lah example, dalam tu lah why people participate, why people dislike, make sure you separate each of the explanation using cohesive device. Gunakan link tu semua, pastikan asing. Maksudnya letak meanwhile, sementara itu, okay. When we look from different angle, bila kita ada sudut, there are some people who dislike. Tolong buat benda tu. Okay, so kamu kena buat, kita panggil penanda wacana dan juga ayat-ayat yang sesuai untuk masuk cerita baru pula. Walaupun kamu masih dalam satu perenggan yang sama. Okay, jangan lupa benda tu. Tahu? Okay, sebab tu saya asing kan, automatik saya akan buat penanda wacana lah. So walaupun kamu gabung, kamu mesti kena buat penanda wacana. Jangan lupa tahu. Okay. Please remember that. Okay, let's have a look about the tips. Okay, plan your ideas. Ni plan ni. Okay, tak apa ni. Yang plan tu kita biarkan dulu. Okay, introduce your essay by rewording the question in your own words. Kalau tak buat perenggan akan menjelaskan markah tak cikgu? Okay. I'm not really sure about the paragraphing. We will see later. Kita akan tengok nanti. Okay. But I think better we have this thing. Kita pastikan kalau boleh ada ni lah. Pastikan ada benda ni. At least these three. Introduction, body, conclusion. Because this is the suggestion. Ini adalah cadangan daripada pihak lembaga. Ini dari Terengganu. Ini cadangan mereka. Tak salah kalau kita ikut. Paling kurang mesti ada macam ni. Okay, paling kurang mesti ada macam ni. Okay, so body ni tak kisahlah you nak buat one paragraph or more. Up to you. Okay, okay, let's begin. Don't forget to use the tips. Okay, kita akan tengok dulu. Okay, boleh siapa-siapa share bahan ni termasuk tips and note. Okay, bahan ni sebenarnya belum share lagi dalam groups. Saya nanti kita akan share semua bahan dalam groups. Okay, Okay. Okay, ini menarik ya students. Part 2 ada letter juga kan? Okay. Part 2 ada letter juga. Okay, I think yes. I heard that somewhere else. Sometimes part 2 it can be include informal letter or report. Ya, betul. Okay, kadang-kadang dalam part 2 boleh informal letter ataupun report. Okay. Sekejap But I think okay. Let's see. Wait No, tak apa. Saya rasa untuk surat dan juga report for informal letter or report tu, how about we just ignore them, kita abaikan saja, okay? Because we're not really sure are they going to include in the part 2 or not. Sebab setakat ni tak silap saya kalau tengok semua soalan trial negeri, part 2 adalah guided essay yang memang open essay. You may look for each of the trial paper. Okay, tapi kalau tengok buku latihan ada yang ada essay, ada yang ada surat. Kalau if you look at the some exercise books. But actually for part 2 ni memang dia adalah open essay untuk buat guided essay. Okay, I think informal ataupun report dia akan wujud dalam part 3. Okay, informal letter ke report ke apa semua, speech ke apa semua dalam part 3. Okay, I think okay. But yelah betul betul. Okay. So okay, number 4, introduce your essay by rewording. Okay, rewording the question. Kalau ini boleh buat lagi bagus. Dalam introduction you kamu kalau siapa tahu yang nak ubah balik soalan tu kepada ayat sendiri, you synonym you change into this another words. Okay, in your own words. Okay, untuk buat introduction essay. Okay, it should begin. Okay, so introduction. Dia kata kat sini, guides the reader to the topic. Okay, it should begin with a sentence that catch the reader's interest. Introduction should give some background information on the topic. Okay, students, introduction ni macam korang buat introduction BM. Okay, tapi make it simpler. Okay, make it simpler. Jangan buat macam BM tu. Okay, kan tadi tajuk extreme sports. You just beritahu background information about extreme sports. Kaitkanlah dengan isu semasa kan. Itu saja. Okay. Okay. Okay, so sini use suitable cohesive device, conjunction, connective, okay. Give your opinions. Kena ni. Give your opinions with topics, okay. So ya, kena bagi give opinions Okay, macam mana nak bagi game pun kita tengok nanti macam mana. Draw your conclusion from the main ideas in your essay. Yes. Kita kena buat conclusion. Ni lah dia. Conclusion kita kan. Okay. So don't forget to check your spelling grammar. Okay, tak apalah. Okay, once again, students, yang ini pun dari segi pemarkahan, you may ignore the grammar part. Tolong abaikan pasal grammar tu. Jangan fikir sangat pasal grammar, yang penting you buat. Okay, gunalah any vocab that you know to create the sentence. Okay, buatlah apa benda pun. Okay. Okay, so introduction. Okay, introduction. Okay, just now I said, okay, you may do like kind of BM introduction, but it's a simpler version. Okay, lagi satu words dia. Students, ingat tau, untuk part ni words dia tak banyak tau. Bila jadi words dia tak banyak. Okay, last time, okay, I've done this essay once with my students. Okay, and the students not finish the question not even 30 minutes. Dia buat tak sampai 30 minit pun. Sebab apa? Sebab dia ada target di mana dia hanya perlu buat 150 patah perkataan sahaja. He just need to write about 150 words, which is not very long actually. It's not even one page, I think. Because the word in English is really compact. Sebenarnya kalau kamu tengok sini, you can see the page is provided. They provide you the space. Okay, the space is provided for you to answer, and not even one page. Tak sampai satu muka surat pun kan. Okay, based on your writing size lah kan. Based on your word size, size kataan, size tulisan kamu. Okay. Then, interestingly, he actually writing almost 200 words because he wants to complete until the conclusion. Nasihatkan sampai conclusion. Jadi kat sini sebagai student, kamu tak fikir banyak sangat untuk introduction dan conclusion. Okay, make it as simple as you can. As you could. Untuk introduction dan juga conclusion. Memang kena buat. Tapi jangan buat macam BM sangat. Okay, ringkaskan seboleh yang kamu boleh. Yang kamu boleh buat. Okay. Okay, yang paling penting, body lah. Okay, so kalau kita tengok sini, berapa markah yang kita boleh letak? Berapa words? So, words, how many words? I can see, because of 150, kita boleh kata, introduction 25. Kita katalah, introduction lebih kurang dalam, 60, 30. 30 words. Conclusion, 30 words. Okay. And body, 90 words. So, the total is 150. 150 words. Okay. So, if you look carefully, 90 words ni, the question is divided into 3 points. So, we can see 90 words. The first point, 30 words. Example, you boleh cakap 30 patah perkataan. And the second question, 30 words, 30 patah perkataan. And the third one is why people dislike 30 words, 30 patah perkataan. So, ini anggaran. Okay. So, maksudnya nanti bila you buat latihan nanti, cuba buat. Ikut step by step macam ni. So kamu tak lost tau. Kamu boleh jaga kamu punya minit, 30 minit tu. So, barulah boleh masuk ke part 3 dengan lebih selesa. Kan? Okay. So, kamu tahu lah, ini nak kena tambah lagi ke tak payah, tak tahu berapa banyak nak tulis ni. You not really sure kan. So, at least ada guideline macam ni. Okay. Okay. I can see there are some students, dia ada macam satu rejection tau pada question number 2 ni. Sebab dia rasa number 2 ni macam dia susah, sebab dia macam karangan fakta. Kan? Especially for student yang quite weak in English. Agak lemah bahasa Inggeris kan. Jadi untuk question number 2 ni dia macam nak buat tak nak buat? Tak nak buat, nak skip dulu ke apa ke? Okay. Bagi saya, you jangan takut. 150 masih tak banyak pun. 30 patah perkataan tak banyak. Dia jangan banyakkan BM. You banyakkan English sekejap dapat 30 words tu. Memang sekejap. Examples tu. Okay. Okay. Tadi bila kita cakap pasal plan, plan your idea. Kat sini yang kita panggil plan tu macam kita buat. It looks like we construct our BM essay. Yang mana kita pecahkan first point, fakta 1, fakta 2, huraian dia apa semua kan. Macam ni lah. So, kat sini you kena pecahkan lah. Contohnya example. Beritahu apa example. You tulis lah. Apa first example, second example. Okay, lepas tu bagi third example. Kalau nak nampak lagi panjang, setiap example ni you terangkan. Terangkan tu gunakan skill WH. Skill WH. Okay, cakap pasal skill WH kan. Korang pernah buat macam ni last time, masa form 3. Okay, yang ada the circle. First one, what? Okay, what to do? What are the activities? Understand? Where you go? Dia peta buih. Okay, where to go? Where the location? Kan? Lepas tu, then one, when? Okay, when the activity? What time? Kan, when? Lepas tu, who? Siapa yang terlibat? Who is involved? Okay, who join? Kan? Then, how? Bagaimana benda tu? Okay? Okay, lepas tu, why? Kenapa buat? The purpose, the function. Okay, lepas tu ada emotion lah. What the emotion, how? Apa lagi? Kan? Emotion, what juga kan? Okay, the feeling apa semua kan? Okay? So, benda-benda sebenarnya, inilah yang cara untuk memanjangkan bila tak ada idea. Contohnya, example of extreme port. You senaraikan example of extreme port. First, you beritahu apa? apa extreme sport, example, apa tu, extreme bike. Lepas tu hiking, kan? Lepas tu apa lagi? Apa apa extreme bikes, hiking, what else? Bungee jumping. Thank you, very good example. Terangkanlah dekat mana location. Contohnya hiking. Hiking, you boleh kata hiking hills and mountains. You boleh kata, bagi contoh, dekat Malaysia ni ada orang buat, contohnya hiking Gunung Kinabalu. For example kan. Okay, lepas tu, bagi tahu aku, lepas tu bagi tahu lah hiking ni untuk apa. Dia cakap hiking ni diorang nak dapatkan pengalaman kawasan tinggi. Okay, get experience at the higher place. Macam tu kan. Macam tu lah kan. Lepas tu bagi tu lah example kedua. Jadi dia akan jadi panjang lah. Siap lebih 30 dah panjang sangat pula. Sebab tu kita kena plan. Okay, kena plan. Okay. So jangan terlalu panjang, jangan terlalu excited. Kadang-kadang korang ni over excited, tulis panjang sangat. Okay. So be careful. Kita ada rules kat sini. Okay, Okay, so body. Jom kita tengok sini. So the body of the essay supports the idea presented in the introduction. Okay, ini macam biasalah. Each point is developed and supported with some details. Okay, ini semua body memang kita kena follow apa yang soalan minta. Pastikan tiga-tiga ni masuk. Jangan ada satu pun tertinggal. Do not skip one. Sebab semua ni akan dikira, akan diperhatikan. Okay. So conclusion, sum up all the main points of the essay. Okay, kalau kamu tak ada tinggal buat sum up ni, okay, kamu buat style kamu pun tak apa. You bagi pandangan ke, okay, you bagi tahu pendapat kamu ke, you bagi cadangan apa-apa ke, terpulang. Okay. Okay. Jangan masukkan idea baru. Masukkan idea baru maksudnya kamu masukkan pasal cerita baru pasal contoh extreme sport kan. Tadi dah cakap pasal contoh, dah cakap pasal orang menyertai, kenapa orang tak suka menyertai. Tiba-tiba kamu nyatakan kamu nyatakan beberapa langkah yang harus dilaksanakan. Jangan. Kamu boleh kata pelbagai langkah perlu dibuat supaya apa, tapi jangan nyatakan langkah dia apa pula. Okay. Okay. Ataupun kamu beritahu beberapa kebaikan kepada golongan muda kan. Jangan. Kita just beritahu secara ringkas je. Dia beri banyak kebaikan. Okay. Walaupun dan perlu ada sokongan daripada kerajaan, macam tu saja. Bukan beritahu apa sokongan kena buat. Macam tu. Okay, itu conclusion. Okay. So, saya rasa memang bahagian kedua ni dia tak terlalu rumit sangat. Dia tak tricky macam paper one. Tak macam email. Email you kena tahu apa kan. Okay. Ya. Okay. Cuma kena fikirlah apa benda. Yang saya nampak cabaran kena fikir kan. Macam kat sini lah. Macam ni. Soalan nombor 2 ni. Why some people? Kenapa ada orang menyertai extreme sport ni? Sebab hobi apa semua. Ni kita kena fikir. So, gunakan bubble map. Bubble map paper tembuih ni Kenapa ada orang ni? Why? Kenapa ada orang tak suka? I can see why. Some question benefit. Some question disadvantages. Some question problems. How to handle. Macam tu kan. Jadi terpulang pada soalan tu. Okay. Jadi, take your pencil, write down all the points related. Plan dulu. Okay, sebelum buat body tu. Okay, let's see. Jom kita tengok apa contoh kat sini ada tak? Dia buat kat sini. Okay, ini dibuat, okay. In this module, dia ada buat sini tau. Beginner level, intermediate to advanced level. Okay, dia buat 2 saja. Kau nampak kat sini So kita akan baca kat sini. Okay, jom kita baca soalan ni. Let's read. Okay, challenging activities that you would like to do. Okay, write an essay about challenging activities that you would like to do. Okay, apa yang kamu nak? Okay, reason. Okay, where? Menarik juga. Okay, reason and where. Okay. 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 Okay, students, nampak sini ada tips sini ya. You can see there. Let's take out the keywords. Challenging activities. So it has to be more than one. Okay, so name the activities. Okay. Okay, give reason and name the places. Okay. You can see how it's students, 113 patah perkataan. So you can see this is a beginner level. So 113 words, okay? Not even 125. So better this student make the introduction longer. And the conclusion also longer. Macam itulah. Okay, I can see how the students create the answer. So, korang nampak tak kat sini? Student, be careful Walaupun in your essay you should write ni, what you would like to do, reason for your choice and where you plan to do them. Okay, tak semestinya kita ini terangkan dahulu. Lepas tu baru ni. Lepas tu baru ni. Bukan. You may combine all of them. Okay. Okay. You see? Macam ni First activity, 4 reasons given, 2 places given. Second activity, 1 reason given, 2 places given. Macam tu. Okay. Jangan salah faham tau korang. Nanti ada yang buat ni, boleh diterangkan apa yang nak kena buat. Lepas tu terangkan reasons. Boleh juga. Okay. Kat mana nak buat. Okay. Tapi kat sini dia nampak lagi relevan lah. Dia terangkan aktiviti. Kenapa dia buat aktiviti tersebut. Kat mana dia nak buat aktiviti tersebut. Barulah nampak tersusun. Organize. Macam ni kan. Okay. Okay, kita tengok ni Okay. Okay. Sini short intro. Kat yang ni dia apa? Short intro juga. 2 activities. Yang ni 2 activities jugalah. Biasanya nampak tak? Dia punya introduction dia longer. I enjoy doing challenging activities. Okay. A hobby I developed with my twin when we were visiting our cousin in the city. Here I will discuss my 2 most favorite activities, which are parkour. Wow. Parkour abseiling. Abseiling ni turun bukit. Instead of panjat bukit, ni dia turun bukit. Dari tempat tinggi dia akan turun bukit. Turun. Abseiling kalau yang panjat bukit tu kita panggil apa? Rock climbing. Tu rock climbing kan. Itu rock climbing. Kalau turun bukit dia pakai tali, itu abseiling. Okey. Parkour tu. Okay. Students, you may choose. Why do I choose? Kalau soalan tanya reasons kan? Okay, why it? We can create the question and we can answer. Okay, saya suruh buat the reason I choose because itu standard style. Tapi you dapat sekarang, why do I choose? You create question, you may create the question and you answer it. Ada ulangan tak kelas ni nanti? Ada record. Ada record. Siapa nak dokumen kalau siapa yang tak ada dalam group, siapa nak dokumen, ini saya akan sertakan nombor telefon saya. Kamu boleh WhatsApp saya akan share dokumen ni. Mereka kamu dapat dalam Telegram, tapi tak apa, saya berusaha bagi straight dalam WhatsApp. Ini nombor. You see, 202 patah perkataan. Bagi saya agak panjang. Saya rasa bahagian ni tak perlu. Kadang-kadang ada explanation yang kamu tak perlu buat kerana terlalu panjang. Okay, saya cakap ni bukan sebab dia tak bagus. Okay, I really stress this one because I afraid that you will waste your much time. Kamu akan terbuang banyak masa. Sebab we have the part 3. Kamu ada satu lagi part kan? Part 3. Okay. Okay, this is a very good example of brief and compact answer for the second activity, abseiling. You see how the conclusion made up? Okay, it's good to build up our confidence. Dia bagi pendapat. Challenge activities, dia bagi pendapat. Dia kat sini pendapat apa dia bagi? Benefit. Okay. Okay, ni conclusion dia. Okay, sir, if words lebih daripada 150 words, adakah kena penalty marks ke? Tak ada masalah. Students, please bear in mind, actually all the words provided by the question, asked by the question, jumlah perkataan, patah perkataan yang diminta oleh soalan. For example, question number 1, 80 words. Question number 2, 150 words. Question number 3, 250 words. All of these words are only appropriate within the time allocation. Sebenarnya perkataan ini adalah dianggap sebagai anggaran. Tak salah kalau kamu buat terlebih sehingga, for example, part 2 ni sehingga 200. Kamu buat sehingga 200 tak ada masalah. That's why you can see here, in the sample answer is 200. Tak ada masalah sebenarnya. Okay. Sebab saya nyatakan sini, kenapa saya nak tunjukkan bahawa hanya sedikit sahaja, sebab kamu ada masa yang perlu kamu ikut. Tapi saya tak kata kalau you buat 200, kamu bukan akan guna masa terlalu lama. It depends on students punya level. Okay. That's why I just not encourage you to write very long, because I afraid you will consume a lot of time. Takut macam tu saja. Okay. Okay. So, jom. Okay, I think for paper 2 is done. Not paper 2, I mean the second question. Okay, let's go to the third question. Kita akan tengok kepada soalan ketiga. Okay, part 3, extended writing. Okay, jom kita pergi kepada bahagian seterusnya. Okay, this one as I said earlier, 45 minutes is the best allocation time lah. Kita kena peruntukkan masa agak panjang kat sini sebab the part 3 also consume a lot of strategies, a lot of points, okay, explanation. Especially you have to consume at least 3 to 5 minutes to choose which one is the best question. Korang nak kena baca question 3, nak kena baca question 4, nak kena baca question 5, lepas tu nak kena pilih. Ini semua perlu ada masa peruntukan. That's why I said, kalau boleh tulis jangan terlalu lama dan terlalu panjang. Okay, because part 3 also you have to consider a lot of time here have to be used up. Okay, banyak masa boleh digunakan di sini. Okay. Okay. So write an answer to one of the question. 3 to 5 is part. Okay. So write your answer in 200 to 300 in an appropriate style of this question paper. Put the question number in the box at the top of answer space. Nampak tu? Tolong letak tulis students. Nanti kat kertas korang tu, kat kertas, okay, better you write question 4. Question 4, tulis. Kalau boleh tulis lagi bagus, nampak tegang-tegang. Okay, make sure that your marker, penanda kertas awak can see clearly which question that you are answering. Okay, that you are writing. Soalan nombor apa yang kamu jawab tu? Tulis. Question 4. Sama macam BM lah. BM kamu boleh tulis lah. Soalan 4, soalan apa ke. Kan? Okay. Okay. Okay, dalam ni yang model Terengganu ni pun, model Perak ni pun banyak contoh-contoh email. Okay, nanti kamu boleh tengok nanti sendiri yang ada writing. Okay, ini tadi soalan nombor 2. Okay, pros and cons tu. Okay, see. Ada pros and cons. Yang ni another style. Ni untuk for and against lah. Itu paragraph 3, paragraph 4. For conclusion lah. Ini kalau dia ada minta, nanti kita tengok contoh tu. Do's and don'ts. Kat sini ada language review Pastikan guna linking words tau. Macam dia kata untuk menunjukkan bahawa untuk menandakan permulaan perenggan. Lepas tu dia kata to show the transition between ideas. Berlaku perubahan daripada setiap isi. Transisi setiap idea dia kata. Pastikan guna penanda wacana, cohesive device. Ataupun linking words, conjunction, sequence connectors. Semua kena guna. Jangan lupa. Okay, yang ni saya nampak macam soalan Extreme Park tadi. Extreme Sports tadi. Kenapa ada orang sertai, kenapa orang tak suka? So, rupa-rupanya students, untuk question number 2 ni, part 2 ni, ada soalan yang isu dia, that issue, it will be, you have to think for positive one, and you have to think for the negative side one. Ataupun pro dan con, ataupun pihak A dan pihak B. Contoh kat sini kamu nampak sini alasan sebab kenapa rancangan TV reality. Yang ini alasan kenapa menentang rancangan TV reality. Jadi kat sini sebab tu ada latihan-latihan macam ni lah. Latihan-latihan. Dia memberitahu kamu cara nak buat idea. For and against. Yang ni terpulang nanti kamu dapat dokumen ni kamu boleh tengok sendiri. Saya tak nak sentuh detail sangat, tak sempat nanti semua. Okay, ini ada, bagi saya this is very good. Tadi ada orang tanya macam mana tips yang bagus untuk menulis. What is the good tips to provide a good answer, good writing? Okay, ni kat sini. Peer. State your points clearly, support with explanation. Okay. So every point should be support with explanation. What kind of an explanation? Ini saya beritahu benda yang sama. Dalam BM pun sama. Teknik imbaku. Okay. M. Mengapa? So why? So you provide that points, you provide why. Ataupun you provide bagaimana. Selain mengapa, bagaimana, how. Okay, ataupun support, okay, the third is kesan. Apa akan berlaku? So what will happen next? So setiap points mesti ada, sama ada mengapa points tu macam tu, ataupun bagaimana points tu akan berlaku, ataupun perlu dilaksanakan ke apa ke, ataupun apa kesan kepada points tu, apa kesan seterusnya. Itu adalah semua explanation. Itu salah satu. Okay, mengapa, bagaimana, kesan. Ini semua teknik. Ini teknik ulasan form 3 tu tak? Ulasan BM. Okay, mengapa, bagaimana, kesan. So kalau points apa itu dipanggil explanation, ini saya beritahu sini. Why, how, what. Benda yang sama kau belajar tu. Apa tu? Bubble map tu. Benda sama juga sebenarnya. Okay, barulah kita fikir pasal examples. Barulah kita rephrase. Rephrase opinions. Okay, make a general comment. Make a general comment ni macam biasa lah. Inilah kita buat kat dalam apa? Dalam conclusion. Okay, Okay, use formal language. Avoid contraction. Okay. Kalau boleh setiap point kita dalam explanation tu, you kalau tak nak explain, you letak examples. Dari examples baru you explain. Macam tu lah. Okay, ni macam lah introduction, body, conclusion. Dekat sini ada logical connectors punya lah banyak. Tengok sini giving opinion semua. Okay, expressing contrast, concluding. Okay, ini saya skip. Oh, ini dah masuk lain dah ni. Ni guided writing. Ni guided writing. Tiba masa ada ABC. Oh, buat latihan ni pula. Okay, where, what, why. Okay. Ni menarik. Okay, where, what, why. Okay. Where to do, what to do, reason. Where, what, why. Okay. Yang ini bukan kepada, ini lebih ke, ini bukan yang contradict. Dia bukan macam tadi. Yang ini macam biasa. Okay, ini macam biasa. Ini senang lah. Okay, memang betul-betul open ni. Kita boleh buat apa saja kita nak. So macam biasa, dalam skema jawapan dia terpulang sama ada kamu nak gabung semua ataupun nak asing-asing. Where, what. Okay, biasanya kita akan buat what, where, why. Masuk aktiviti kedua, what aktiviti, kat mana, why. Masuk aktiviti ketiga, what, where, why. Macam tu. Dalam tu, masukkan kita punya explanation, examples. Writing. Tengok apa? Advantage, disadvantage. Ni yang contradiction tu lah. Okay, jom kita masuk external writing dah. Now is, dah tinggal sikit sahaja masa untuk external writing. Okay. Article. Okay, article is one of the most famous essay in part 3. Dalam question 3, 4, 5 ni, article antara soalan yang famous lah. Nampak ni, article wanted. Volunteerism. Okay, tadi baru cakap pasal volunteer, tapi itu dekat guided writing. Ini cakap pasal volunteer, dia keluar dekat part 3. Okay. So, why, how, where. Tadi what, where, why. Ni why, how, where. Okay. Okay, so article. What should we know about article? Ini pasal external writing. Okay, kita tengok artikel dulu lah. Let's see the article first. Okay. Okay, article could be formally or informally. Okay. Bila kena masa buat artikel, akan ada soalan, okay? You kena buat comparison. Ni, kena kontras, buat perbandingan. Ataupun kena menyatakan pendapat. Okay. Ataupun memberi cadangan. Okay. Ataupun menerangkan sesuatu perkara. Kalau tengok dalam soalan ni, kat sini, you see this notice on the information board outside of the school library. Okay, kita nampak dekat luar perpustakaan sekolah. So, dekat sini ada iklan. So, ada notice. Ada makluman. Articles wanted. Volunteerism. Okay. Okay, maksudnya volunteerism ni, maksudnya ni lah. Sukarelawan. Sukarela. Okay, so why should you volunteer? How can you volunteer? Where can you volunteer? Write us an article answering these questions. The best article will be published as a flyer and distributed to all students. Okay. Okay, kenapa? Okay, why? Okay, it's all about volunteer. Why, how, where? So, kalau tengok kat sini. Okay. Why? Kenapa? Okay, tentang a certain information. This is about discuss, membincangkan. So, nombor 2 lah. Memberi pendapat. Okay, kenapa kena volunteer? Okay, kenapa kena volunteer? Macam mana cara nak volunteer? Itu soalan dia tanya kan. Okay, how kan? Where, kat mana nak volunteer? So, ini semua tentang information. Membincangkan information. Okay. Okay, how to write an article? Senang saja. Ada nama penulis, ada introduction, ada body, ada conclusion. Tak ada sama mana pun. Macam kalangan Macam guided writing tadi. Guided writing, introduction, body, conclusion. Tapi beza artikel ialah kita tambah tajuk dan nama penulis. The title and the author's name. Itu saja. Dalam bahasa Melayu, artikel ni bermaksud rencana. So students, nanti kalau keluar karangan rencana biar hari Rabu nanti, esok, okay, rencana itulah artikel. So maksudnya kena ingat, beza dengan karangan fakta biasa, karangan biasa ialah dekat atas sekali, di tengah-tengah, ditambah apa, you letak sini tajuk artikel. Okay, volunteerism among students. Contoh. Kan, volunteerism in society. Contohnya kan. So, bawah ada tulis, prepared by, tulis nama you. Jangan tulis nama penuh pula, nanti panjang. Okay, kalau boleh, jangan tulis nama penuh. Kalau penuh panjang, tak payahlah kan. Dia hentam nama lain pun tak apa. John White, hentam je kan. Okay. So, dah. Contoh title, the title should be relevant. Kena relevant lah. Jangan tak ada kaitan kan. Able to suggest what the whole article is going to be about. Macam tadi kan. Volunteerism. So, volunteer in society. Sukarela dalam masyarakat. Contoh. Avoid dramatic title. Oh, dramatic title kan. Kau memandai-mandai title kau buat nanti. Okay. Oh, dia terputus ke? Where the slide? Okay, I think the connection is lost. Wait. Wait for a while. Okay, the line just connect back. Okay. Wait for a while. Okay. We are still trying to reconnect. Okay. Okay, so I will skip. Okay, I will skip everything about the introduction, the body paragraph, and the conclusion. I think it's not really so different. It's kind of similar with the guided writing, but this time you may write more than guided writing because the words are surely more than 200 words. So as you can see, the guideline of the words is 200 to 250. So this time, yes, you can see you still got 3 points as well. Okay, but this time you are allowed to write more than this one. Kamu boleh tulis lebih daripada why, how, and where. Okay, okay, students, I can see some of the students are requesting me for this PDF. Yes, don't worry. Okay, you may request me in personal. Okay, I'll share with you after this session. Don't worry. Okay, so all the PDF used during the seminar will be provided to you. Okay, I will post in the group as well for those who already in the groups. Okay, let's see an example. Macam mana mereka buat artikel kat sini. I really dislike how it presents the answer. It's two words, two wording. You see device plus. Okay, this is fun. Okay, how many words is provided here? Okay, so students, let's see the question first. We will see the sample answer later. So this is the question. Articles wanted, okay, camping is benefits and challenges. Okay, is it the correction idea? Yes, voluntarism. So this one, sorry, this one, camping is benefit and challenges. So why do people camp? What are the benefits? What are the challenges? Okay, so let's see how the answer presented. Okay, this is the introduction. Very interesting. It attracts you with imagination. Okay, very simple. Okay, not be everyone's cup of tea. Cup of tea ni maksudnya sesuai untuk semua orang lah. Bukan semua orang suka masuk sini ya. Cup of tea ni maksudnya minat lah. Bukan semua orang punya minat. But despite its challenges, okay, di sebalik cabarannya, ada banyak kebaikan yang boleh diperolehi. Okay, there are plenty of benefits to get from it. So very, very simple but very sharp. Okay, it's very good introduction. Okay, camping is a fun outdoor activity. Okay, so this is a very simple and general but good. I think it's enough to understand what is a big picture and a simple picture to understand what is camping actually. It's a fun outdoor activity. And elderly average nature lover would find camping as enjoyable as a teenager. The use of myriad. Very good word. There are myriad of benefits of camping. Okay, it's a similar words to mean plenty. Many. Okay, benefits of camping. To start with, camping should help you to be stressed. Okay, good. Okay, leave the deadlines and assignments at home and enjoy the nature of your own pace. Okay, then you see, furthermore, okay, aku perasan setiap kali dia mulakan perenggan, bukan setiap kali lah, bila dia nak mulakan benefits, nampak dia gunakan ayat ni. Ada beberapa faedah camping. Yang pertama ialah situ. So kalau boleh buat ini dipanggil transisi perenggan. Kena ada ini bagus, benda sangat bagus. Okay. Transisi perenggan seterusnya. In spite of the fun of camping, ini penanda wacana seterusnya. Okay, di sebalik keseronokan berkemah, ini ayat untuk menyambung topik baru. Pun kena ada ayat topik baru ni. You need to prepare for possible problem that is associated with activities. Maksud, okay. Kali ni nak masuk problem pula. Kenapa dia guna in spite of the fun? Sebab nak beritahu kali ni dia adalah negatif. Tadi positif ni negatif pula. Ataupun sebaliknya. Bila ada berlaku pertukaran mood ataupun perbezaan situasi situasi tentang suatu tajuk. Kalau tadi negatif, ni positif. So, you kena ada penanda wacana yang menunjukkan berlaku perubahan. Di sebalik, okay, jika dibandingkan, jika dilihat pada sudut berbeza, itu adalah BM. Okay, jika dianalisis pada perspektif Okay, jika dilihat dari kacamata, itu penanda wacana yang menarik. Sama macam English, ada juga sebenarnya semua ada markah language, ada markah organisation. Bagus ada guna penanda wacana dia to illustrate. Okay. For instance, kita nampak dia bagi contoh, for example, you could also drawback that could mar your ini semua ayat-ayat menarik ni. Polygill. Okay, such as letak. Okay. Okay. Saya suka sangat jawapan ni. Memang satisfied to read and to understand. Okay, to still enjoy your trip. Okay. Okay, students. So this one another new overview about how to create a good article. So let's see the tips of this one from JPN Terengganu. Okay, this is you see how model Terengganu. How to validate good can read this one. Okay, students, make sure for your part 3 you plan your answer. Okay, write 10 minutes plan for each question in writing task. Oh, okay. Ini untuk setiap soalan lah. Betul lah untuk for part 3 kan, untuk estimate writing, yes, betul. AC planning becomes automatic and quick, yes. Okay. Okay. Okay, so still the marking scheme same, content, communicative, organization and language. Okay, so kena ada semua ni. Semua dia markah. 5, 5, 5, 5. Okay. Okay, ini saya akan tinggalkan dulu. Ini semua cara memberi bahan markah. Okay, part 3 what's review. Tadi as in writing. So, sama dengan review. Okay, review. 3 parts in writing review. Analysis. Okay. Is there any review here? Okay, yes, review. So basically in your part 3, first will be article, second will be review, and the third one will be story. Yes, I think this is totally same for each of the model paper. Articles, review, and story. That's all. I think that's all. So let's see how to create a review. Okay, review. What do you have experience? The topic includes a movie, a song, a restaurant, holiday. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Every review is written in an interesting style and convincing. It makes one to read more. Okay. Convincing. A review is convincing because it is based on real opinion and experience. So we are reviewing something macam kita review produk. Macam YouTuber dia review produk Orang tengok ni saya makan ni apa Jadi ini dipanggil review. Okay, tapi this time kita buat dalam bentuk tulisan. Bila orang baca, betul lah. Kan biasanya kalau tempat tu viral, tersebut kenapa viral? Sebab review orang ramai. Orang kata, sedap ni tempat ni. Tempat ni happening, tempat ni sejuk dah. Apa semua. So, the review by the customer is really convincing. Meyakinkan. So, we must create a convincing set of answer. Convincing ni meyakinkan. Okay, sebab ia adalah benda yang benar. Experience yang sebenar. Okay, rating kita kena bagi rating kat situ. Mesti includes rating. So reader, kita akan tengok apa contoh nanti. Okay. Saya rasa bahagian ni saya kena teruskan lah. Sebab mungkin ada siapa yang tak reti, mungkin tak